I've been wanting to come to Alaska for years, and it finally happened, and I'm so happy it did.
The beauty of Alaska, it is just something that I've never seen.
Every day you think, oh wow, this day can be better than the day before. And starting from day one, every day was exceptional.
The remarkable thing about this trip was the amazing variety of activities that we did. There was rafting, there was walking with the reindeer.
We didn't just see a glacier, we walked on a glacier. We just didn't see a mountaintop. We flew over a mountaintop in a bush plane where you look down at all the variety of different shapes and colors. This has been pretty amazing.
Taking the dome train to Denali, going through Denali Park for a day and seeing all the wildlife up close. Seeing an old copper mine and seeing how Kennecott turned into a ghost town after it left. And the cultural aspect of just learning how the Alaskans lived and how even some of them live now was really fascinating.
If you love animals and the scenery and you want to be a little bit adventuresome, this is the one for you.
This Discovery small group tour begins in Fairbanks, in the heart of Alaska's interior. From here, we travel in a deluxe dome railcar to Denali National Park, where we'll have a chance to see diverse wildlife and North America's tallest mountain. Next, we travel through the expansive Alaskan wilderness to Chitna for a scenic flight in majestic Wrangell St. Elias National Park to Kennecott, where we'll explore the historic copper mining town and take an unforgettable hike on the Root Glacier. After flying back to Chitna, we stay in Valdez and then cruise through Prince William Sound, famous for its mountains and hanging glaciers. Finally, our Alaskan journey concludes in the state's largest city, Anchorage.
Day one of our trip in Fairbanks, we went out to the reindeer ranch and we walked with those reindeer.
And they walked with us, just like a dog would. It was amazing.
The train ride to Denali was great. It's something I, as always, wanted to do, and I'm really glad we did. We had breakfast on the train. It was spectacular.
The views were wonderful as you rolled along. They even had a back platform on the train. We spent a lot of time out there just watching the tracks disappear.
We went whitewater rafting. It was beautiful.
We had to put these spacesuits on that kept us warm and kept us dry. So it was fun going down the river. The scenery was beautiful.
Denali! We get to go into Denali National Park, a 6 million acre park, through the only road into Denali.
There were all different kinds of wildlife. There was a lot of sheep, there were moose. We had a grizzly bear walk right in front of our bus, and we got to see Mount Denali.
And we were able to see things on the screen in the bus, which we weren't able to see sometimes with the naked eye. So it was perfect.
The dog kennel, we were greeted by the dogs, the puppies. They were 9 weeks old, and we got to hold them. And they were just so adorable and lovable. And Iditarod, learning much more about how it happens, and so it was a great experience, and they love the dogs.
We get to the town of Chitna, and from there we take a small bush plane about 60 miles to Wrangell St. Elias National Park.
Plane ride was phenomenal. Seeing the mountains up close, the whole copper mill that you could look down upon, and it was just gorgeous.
It's the first time I was on a small plane, landed on a gravel runway right off a river. It was a really interesting flight. It was beautiful.
The Kennecott Valley was a surprise to me, and it was truly impressive.
I had no idea about how rock gets separated into limestone and copper and then shipped out. Quite amazing.
The town started off as the biggest copper mine in the world. Suddenly it became a ghost town in the 30s. It was really, really fascinating.
The day on the glacier was definitely the highlight of the vacation. We had lunch right on the glacier with hot chocolate, and the guides were so knowledgeable.
Everybody should experience that once in their life.
And walking in crampons was an exciting experience, an adventure. And getting a drink from the glacier itself was fun.
Going out into the Prince William Sound, that was the best. The views were incredible.
We have our own boat, so we're able to stop if we see some wildlife we want to look a little closer at.
To see those orcas in their natural habitat, swimming and feeding, and porpoises out there with them.
We got to see the sea lions, bald eagles.
And the opportunity to actually get off the boat and stand on an island, it was humbling and awe-inspiring at the same time.
I have completely and totally enjoyed this trip.
This is our 7th trip with Gate 1, and we love being with Gate 1. Everything's handled from the moment you step off the plane till the moment you step back on your plane to go home.
I can spend more time taking pictures, and they worry about the dinners and lunches and trips and luggage and everything else.
The guides have been knowledgeable and friendly. The accommodations are unique hotels. When we stayed in Kennecott, we stayed on the edge of where the copper company operated, and a waterfront lodge on a river. They've delivered what they say they've delivered, and everything's well organized. We've been very happy.
And one of the things that I most value about them is the opportunity to meet the local people. We had an experience with Native Alaskans. We were able to learn about their customs. They shared their food with us. We also met with people who moved to Alaska from the lower 48, and their stories were equally fascinating.
Our tour guide, John, gave us so much detail that we would never have known had we not been doing an escorted tour.
John's love of the land of Alaska was very important to our experience.
And discovery is the way to go. A small group, you get so close with everybody else.
Alaska is a must-see destination.
It is absolutely fabulous. I can't tell you enough. You've got to go to Alaska.
So come explore Alaska with Discovery.